Okay, imagine this. Imagine how, actually no, here's a picture. Imagine Haruhi, the anime, the high school anime would guide a time traveler, robot girl, and where the fuck the fox-eyed looking guy is supposed to be. And let's perverse that a bit. And lo and behold, we get MM, or what's called in Japan Emu Emu, which is just a perverted high slice of life high school anime because we don't get enough of that. And this is one of those animes I watched like way back in 2011. 2000. It was this, and like it was like roughly around that time where I was watching this and my Academia Watch show and just stumbled upon it, and I was like, because I looked at it, I was like, this is getting an English dub, and weirdly enough, it did get an English dub, which is, I swear to God, you do not watch shows like this in English. It just kills everything. But anywho, this series was about basically our main character Taro, who is a masochist, and no, seriously, he's a masochist. That's a joke. He's a masochist. I'm not lying or anything. That's literally it. He's a masochist, and it first starts off with him like meeting this girl at a convenience store, or where he thought was a girl, and he ended up like wanting to be cured of it so he can talk to her, and then we get introduced to our other characters, which includes Mio, who again she's a student who basically declared herself as a god, and her another club member, who has a fear of boys and and she's the reason behind Taro becoming a masochist anyway. And they're also joined by their club advisor Michiru, who is like the school nurse, who also like the thing with her is that she's into cosplay. She dresses up Mio like during the entire course of the series. She dresses her up in like cosplay outfits and whatnot, and yeah, it's one of those things where one of those animes where you just look at it and you're like, this could only end like so badly, and you'd be right because the entire series goes on with them trying to cure Taro of his masochism, or is that what you call it? Uh, masochism, whatever you call it. And then like more characters get introduced. Like there's this like no. There's this lolly genius and her lolly assistant because he really didn't appreciate her aging herself because that was a thing she did in one episode. She ended up aging herself, and there was a Dragon Ball Z parody, and yeah, this show was over the top. And then there was this other like his best friend who basically was she I call her a lesbian. I don't want to call her a lesbian because she likes Charles' best friend because they dated. And speaking of his best friend's a cross dresser. So yeah, that's fun times all around. It's so much win with this anime, and also incest vibes because yeah, his sister and his mom are trying to get to his pants. Who, yeah, this show had everything going for it, and seriously speaking, I really found like everything about this just funny because of how over the top they would like play certain situations, like the running gag with Taro's masochism, which again led to like the Dragon Ball Z parody And then there was another one where they were with they basically play like a lot of people's like the characters' flaws, their problems and their phobias. Mio, she has a fear of cats, and like when she gets around them, she's just afraid of them, and that showed off like her like adorable side. She again has a fear of men, and whenever like Taru touches her at any time, you get your typical your typical anime reaction to like a pervert touching her, like a female character or whatnot, and he, but since he's a masochist, it works in his favor, and yeah, it was yeah, we had moments like it was weird, really. That's another word to describe this show. Really weird but awesome because it was different, and again, it like the show like I know it starts off like light and funny and whatnot, but it does have like its serious moments with one in particular being with Mio's like no not Mio's Yuno's ex end up like showing up, the one who got her, who caused her fear of men, and Tara ended up like having to confront him about that, and that's it was an episode on its own that was special, and also with now the lolly girl, I'll call it that, when Tex will have her name up because that's whenever I forget something I usually just text it up but later, so sorry if I'm just calling her the lolly girl, and she had it where I think she was trying to make everybody dumb so she could be smart, and he like Taro called her about that, so that was it. And then they had a house episode too. That was another one. Because she's basically was Rika. She was the Rika of this show. Rika before Rika of I Don't Have Any Friends. Except she was like less of a pervert and just wanted to spend time with Taro because he accepted her for who she was. And the opening, I like the opening, like Heaven and Hell side, because I think they used both because they changed it like halfway through the opening, and I like the animation of it, like really it and like I said, character attraction is good. Everything else about the show is good too. I really don't have that many faults with it. The only I wouldn't necessarily call that a fault, but I'll touch upon that like later. But yeah, this is one of those series that like if you're willing to try something new or just anything, like if you want to like try like a reverse school life thing, like this is for you. Like if you just want something against the norm or just a abnormal high school, this is like one of those animes for you, because let's be honest, it gets kind of boring just reliving through high school life, like just typical without something special happening or having like a dysfunctional class like in GTO and Pony Dash, and God, there's just so many I can name right now. Oh, and Sayonara Despair Sensei and Nijima and all those other places, like all those other animes that have like schools with them. But yeah, I recommend it because there's a charm to it, where like yeah, these characters have issues, but they're just so much like they can so much interaction between them, and that you'll just find enjoyable. Because another scene that showed up, like there's this one time I'm trying not to spoil it, where something happens to like Taro, and like at the end of it, like it's her lead, and then everyone literally makes fun of her, like because of like how the end sentence was, like because she cuts herself off, and everybody literally like makes fun of her for like what was she gonna say? Like we knew, like the audience knew what she was gonna finish up saying, and then everybody else poked fun at her because they knew what she was about to say. She got embarrassed and left, and that also carried on to like another episode that had between her, like a episode between and Mio, because of how trying to treat Taro's masochism, and also yeah, she I'm not gonna go there. That's as far as I'm going. But yeah, I highly recommend seeing it for yourself. Like, at least try to, like, again, this is one of those, like, if you're into it, just try the first episode. If you're not into it, you can at least say you tried it. But if you didn't, you did enjoy it, okay, I'm not gonna put it on you, like, different strokes for different folks. But, and, unfortunately, the series is done because it's basically done at this point because during the earthquake back in 2011 in Japan, the creator of MM died during it, and which means that like he pulled a Monty and had all his plans beforehand made, like what he wanted to do with the series and whatnot. Yeah, it ended like with the last light novel he wrote, and the anime stops at episode I think 13, 12. It's a short anime, so yeah, that was kind of sad because I really enjoyed this. I really did, like because like I said, it was different, and I'm always a fan for different, and just defeating the norms of society. That's basically my calling card. And also, like, the manga basically follows like the same thing as the anime. I don't know if like if it's if the scans are like up to date, but the manga's there too, and the original light novel you can read Japan or Japanese or find like English translation out there. So there you go. Basically you're covered on all fronts. So thank you guys for watching, and what your oh my god, it's been a long day because I was really expecting my last fight to come out. At least I got Melody from Hyrule Warriors. That was a plus. So that's bright side of my day. Just if you have like any thoughts, leave them in the comments. Like if you should give it a go. If you have heard of it, what are your impressions of it and what you liked about it? Because like I said, Michiru was my favorite person in this series because her cosplay needs and her just being like having that dead eye expression. Because I'm always a sucker for like any anime or game characters who have like that serious expression. Like I really like it. That's just me. And I also the older sister type because she's basically like a older sister to Mio. And I'm just gonna end it here before I start rambling again. Social media is on my channel banner. Actually, stuff on AXFM because I don't know how many times I have to say it. That thing is just sitting there, okay? It's just sitting there. And I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna end up asking you questions eventually. Like, why do you keep making videos that no one will watch? That's actually probably gonna get that a lot. Actually, yeah, I can believe somebody literally sending me that. Uh, DM me on Twitter too, like, or follow me on Twitter because, like I said, weirdos all around just keep seem to flock on me on Twitter. Of all the social medias I have, it's Twitter. I say follow me on Tumblr, but actually, yes, follow me on Tumblr so you can hear me like rant on the internet, like not in video form, just and random pictures that I have on my phone, and me being a perv on the internet. So no shame on this guy, no shame. Like Aki did this. Aki literally did a video about that. Go watch it. Like watch these tentacles and how like that you should be ashamed if you watch hentai. So I'm definitely ended it here. We're not talking about hentai. I get the feeling that's gonna be a topic of another video. Ended it now. Thanks for watching. Keep it classy, and God, I'm about to lose some whatever credibility I had left. I don't even think I had credibility. Oh, just one big fuck up after another. It's gonna be a long weekend.